When we say you be baby, I know that for your drama, I know that for your hour. This your mouth shot, this ain't gonna shot my charging, don't shot my charging, don't shot my charging. See the way you move with your mouth shot my charging. I won't touch my charging, don't shot my charging. I love my body, love my body, I love my body, love my body, I love my body, love my body, yeah, yeah. I love my body, love my body, I love my body, love my body, I love my body, love my body, yeah, yeah. Cinderella, oh, no, no. I say for it, don't be shy. I know feel move until I see your light. Cry a river if I fit water. You be my love, baby. Share your cruise, I like. Show me that you're miracle tonight. Take me higher, wanna feel alright. What's going on, guys? Welcome back. Welcome back. But I want to be free. Show me if I got body. Baby, go say you the totally. Me, I don't want to bother you. But I want to be free. Show me one day if you see the man, I'll roll your majesty. So today we're going to work on this. Let me share my screen right now. I'm going to find a buyer for this deal. Okay. So you can see my screen right now. You can see that I whited out some things already, but it's a new deal. Not a deal yet. A new contract. So we have data, we have contact, we have leads, and then we have contract, and then we have deals. But we're trying our best with all the previous 4 states to make sure it's a deal. Okay. So if we have time, I'll share some numbers with you here. There's a property in a place called Holyville, New York. We're looking for a buyer for it right now. So today I'm gonna demonstrate how I look for buyer. The first 2 steps that I go through to make sure I get a buyer for this. There are a few other steps, but if you want more details, feel free to reach out through the previous episodes of From Data to Deals. Welcome here, by the way. My name is Ola Abitogun. I'm the author of Smart Real Estate Wholesaling and the creator of myEmpirePRO. By the way, the 11 days challenge, the new one is live. So if you go through smartrealestatewholesaling.com, you'll be able to access the new 11 days challenge at a price ridiculously next to nothing, obviously for a limited time. So I just want to let you know that. In the meanwhile, let me go ahead and share some of this stuff with some of our audience here. That way everyone have access when we're done. All right. So let me go ahead and let's get that up. All right. So welcome. Hopefully you guys had a good weekend. I did. Long weekend, but I'm enjoying it. All right. So let's get going here. So we got a deal to dispose. So there are 2 sides to real estate wholesaling. investing, I should know this is about buying and selling, right? But in wholesaling, we essentially buy equitable rights, we acquire equitable rights, acquisition, and then we sell the equitable right. That's called disposition. All right. And that's what we're talking about today. All right. Hi, Delilah. All right. So the tool that I use is what you can see right there. It's called Empire Big Data. I'm going to use it right here in front of you. Let me just make sure that we have our scrolling thing going before. Let me see. So we're going to find buyers, finding buyers, cash buyers to be precise, right? In Hurley's view, I'm not even sure if I'm pronouncing it right. I should know this is about virtual wholesaling. So there are going to be towns that I do deals in. I don't know how to pronounce the name of the town. This is somewhere in upstate New York, but we're going to make it do, right? So we're not just going to go for, we'll see if we have enough, okay? But we'll take it from there, basically, all right? Don't forget to give it a thumbs up if you're watching us for the first time. So let's go to the town is called Hollyview. All right. Hollyview. There you go. Hollyview in New York, right? Okay, so I came back with an error. Let's try that again. Space that again properly. Okay, we're having issues with that town. But when I click OK, there's actually stuff coming up on the right-hand side here. So that's good. All right. So for some reason, that error was popping up. So there are 124 cash buyers in that area. And that's the first list of people I will go after. Okay. Let's see here. Let's click cash buyers. All right. So we got the 124 cash buyers. So I'm going to select this and add. Now, before I dive into this, some of you are watching me for the first time and you're like, what the hell are we doing? We're doing smart real estate wholesaling. We're doing real estate wholesaling. Basically, we find deals. Okay. We find deals that are discounted with respect to the property value in today's market. If it was all fixed up, we call that after repair value. I have another tool here that I use called dealestimator.com. It takes you to a calculator that I use a lot. Okay, I use this calculator a lot. So, for example, how do I know this was a deal? Well, I click into maximum allowable offer and I make an offer based on that, right? I'm going to tell you how much I came up with as after repair value for this property. The after repair of this property that we came up with, basically we look at the average sales in the area with the highest potential, and we averaged the sales, but we also adjust for square footage. So for this property, the average sales in that area, highest potential, is about $250,000. However, based on the square footage, it's a bigger house. It's about $250,000, but based on the location, it's about $148,000. So there's a $100,000 discrepancy. Okay, so let me see if I can do that right properly for you. So let me see if I can show you those numbers properly. Okay, because I think this is very important that you understand how this works. Let's see, create a banner. All right, so we have what we call average sales price. Average sales price. Sorry about that, guys. Price of $250,000. Okay, so I'm going to show that number to you right now. Okay, so we have average sales price in that location within, I think it was within 1 mile radius. I don't remember, but it's a little bit of a rural area. Okay, so we have that number, average sales price. That's not necessarily the ARV. Okay, this is very important. This is a very important lesson for you when you're calculating ARVs, because a lot of people run into issues with ARVs where they secure a property under contract and then they come back and then they say, I got a deal. And I say, that doesn't look like a deal. And I've encountered that too. And believe it or not, I still encounter that too. Sometimes the opinions are just different. Maybe some people are more conservative in calculating ARVs and some people are less conservative. Okay. So that's the average sales price. But there's an issue with the number. I'm gonna fix in a second. Just watch this. Okay. So this is average sales price based on square footage. Okay. House is big house, but majority of the comparables in the area, I guess, were smaller houses. Okay. So let me save that and then re-show that number to you. Then I have this. It's actually based on square footage. Okay. Average sales price based on square footage is $250,000. Now, this number I'm about to share with you is based on location. Okay. Average sales price based on location. All right. Is this $148,000, and right there 148. So there's $100,000 discrepancies between what some people may come back and say it's worth 250, and some people will come back and say no, it's worth 148. Usually is the real estate wholesale person who thinks the property is worth $250,000. And it's a weird dynamics because wholesalers, they don't know if they're a buyer or a seller a lot of times, and then they end up negotiating like they're a seller. They're negotiating with the seller like they're a seller. So, wow, it's worth 250. Yeah, sure, it's worth 250. And then they run to the buyer, the end buyer, to say that the property is worth 250. And then they're disappointed because the actual person who is going to buy the property is the buyer, the end buyer, and not you. So you want to be not completely, but you want to be conservative. Just have the buyer, the end buyer in mind when you're negotiating this deal. So I used $148,000 on this deal. I used the number $148,000. Okay. So now where's the rest of the numbers coming from? We're looking at about $25,000 upgrade. Okay. So if you're looking at this screen right now, if I put $148,000 here, all right. So based on what this person told me on the phone and some pictures that I've seen, it needs some work. That's all right. It needs some work. So we've estimated about medium rehab. The house is in livable condition, but we estimated about medium rehab. There are other factors that we factor in here, but we're saying about $22,000. So we basically changed this to $25,000. Okay. All right. And basically the maximum allowable offer that we could give on this property was basically $71,000. Okay. So after some negotiations back and forth, we were able to agree to, as you can see here, $85,000. Okay. Now, who's going to account for that? Remember that this was just the house in livable condition, and this was just based on, just some words overestimating. I always overestimate for repairs. So if we were to go with small rehab here and change this to maybe $15,000, we can change this number around. We got room over there. We can pay up to $80,000. We can pay up to, if this was 10, we can pay up to $85,000. So it really all depends Bottom line is that we're going to try to see if we can make a quick $10,000 on this and keep it moving. And you just want to do that in volume, okay? And not get stuck with one deal, okay? Now, if you do enough volume, some killer deals will come that you will make a lot of money. That's why you don't want to get stuck with, hey, I'm looking for killer deals. You want to make sure that you are just working. You're generating leads. You're constantly being consistent in the business. All right, so that's that. So now let's go look for some buyers. Let's see. We already found 124 potential here, but I'm about to save it. I was trying to save it. All right, so what is this town again? I have a hard time remembering. Hurleyville, in New York. Cash buyers. Okay. Now here's what I'm going to do. I'm not going to save that yet. Okay. I want people that are active in the past 1 year. That means they actually did some kind of sale. They bought the property or sold the property in the last 1 year. So I'm going to right click here and copy here and cancel for now. I want to put a filter. Okay. I want to put a filter for sales date under ownership info, I think. All right, so sales date will be 1 year into the past. I'll just have to drop this to 2019. And today is what? 6/23. Okay, so that may reduce my list, but let's see. Okay, so there's only 12 active buyers in the last 1 year. Okay, all right, so I'll tell you what I do with that. Okay, I'm selecting all. I'm going to add it to a list. I'm going to create a new list, and I'll paste this here. Uh-oh. All right, so it never copied. Let's see. It never copied, so I got to type it again. Hurleyville. Hurleyville. New York. Cash buyers. Okay. So I'm going to save that. Okay. So there's another information that I have. There are people that will probably buy in that county, maybe not just in that town. And 12 is not enough. But before I skip trades, it's probably going to be half or less of the contact information of those people that I will find. Okay. So, but it's a good start, right? So now we're going to go in the contract. I have a county here, Sullivan County, right? So I'm going to go expand my reach out to the county. Okay. Sullivan County, New York. Now, if you want to know how to find this kind of deals, we covered that quite a lot in the different series. Today is episode 27. So we have 26 episodes before this. So you want to make sure you watch every single one of them. You don't have to rush them. Just make sure you watch them. There's a lot of information in there. Okay. So now we have 12,000 cash buyers in Sullivan County. It's good. Now I have a lot more people I can talk to. I'm gonna go on the filter, and I'm gonna go under here, and I'm gonna set this as 1 year. Okay. It's last sales date, 1 year into the past. All right, and today is what, 23rd? Yep. And we've got 697. It's a lot of people. Okay, it's a lot of people on that list. So I don't necessarily want everyone. I don't necessarily want everyone there. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into. Let's go back to Hurleyville County. Okay, and let's just pick on one of those properties, like this one. Okay, now let's pick one that has pictures. Let's pick this one, right? And what I'm going to do is go comparables. I just want to see what towns are within 10 miles of this property, of this town. So this is a hack, by the way. Okay, I'm not familiar with this location. I'm just going to go. All right, so we got Monticello. Okay, so let me write that down. All right, so I'm just going to go to the towns around and see don't want more than 100 on the list. Okay. There are other ways I could filter the list. I'll show you that in a second. But this is just one of the things I would do. So we have Monticello, New York as a town around. We have South Fallsburg. I think so. Let's see. It's taking its time. All right. Fallsburg. Okay, so we got Fallsburg, right? Uh-oh, what did I do? Select, copy. All right, and then we have, what else do we have? We have South Fallsburg. Sounds like the same thing. We have Liberty, New York. This is towns I've never heard of, but again, they're in upstate New York. Um, so if somebody's buying next town over, chances are they're just buying, right? So let me right click from there and copy. Looking at the towns around Harris, New York is there. These are all within 10 miles radius from the town, right? So just in case I need to narrow down by town, Glen Spey. Okay. Neighbor towns. Let's see. We got that. We got those. We got Kimisha Lake. Okay. All right. I'm having a hard time copying that. Right. And we got Woodburn. I have to click into it first, probably. And we got Liberty, and okay, so we got everything. I think we have everything. All right, so we have all of these towns now, okay, that we can go into. All right, so but before I go into the town, let me go back to Sullivan County. All right, and we got 697. Let me see if there's some other filters I could apply here. You could narrow down from 6 months to from 1 year to 6 months. You could try that. So we could go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that would be December 26th. So only people that purchased since that time. Let's see. That's probably more of a better idea for me, just so I can go hard and start contacting those people, right? And we got 202. All right. So we have 202. We also have there's other things you can also do, like you can make it all individuals. Okay, you can make it all individuals if you want, but I'll tell you right now, corporate, which is LLC owners, are probably more, there are better chances that they are actually cash buyers than people using their personal name. Okay, but at least they're still cash buyers, right? So you just never know. You want to contact them and contact them and contact them. So we got 144 here just by narrowing down the whole county into 6 months. So I'm going to just select this. I'll rather do that than go town by town. That's just too manual. Again, always apply leverage, okay? Before you talk to a few people and talk to a few people, you will find a few people that will know somebody that may want to buy, all right? So I'm going to add it to this list. The list is already on the list. I'm going to click save. All right. There's one more thing I need to do. Anybody want to tell me, if you followed me from the past few, how to find cash buyers, right? If I go back to, let's go back to Hollyville, New York, right? Under here, I've saved this as Flipper agent here, but if you don't find it, you can always go here and go to Flippers, right? And this is essentially access to agents' contact information of people that have dealt with cash buyer. So we got one here. All right, and we got a good one here. MLS details. This is actually the first person I would contact. To be honest with you, okay, we got Jeffrey 845, and that's Jeffrey's phone number right there. And I'm literally going to send a text message to Jeffrey right now. And Jeffrey would probably be my number one priority to work with. I like paying agents because it's essentially me paying for future relationships. All right. I bring him a deal. He's happy to talk to me. He's happy to help me do the deal. Hi, Jeffrey. All right. So that number looks 9300. 100 numbers are usually landlines. Hopefully not. There are exceptions to that rule, of course. All right. So I just sent Jeffrey a text message. Jeffrey is a Century 21 agent who would be most likely open to making a quick commissions for not doing the work. He didn't generate the leads. All he had to do is, hey, it's a good deal. Let's connect my buyer with it. And he did a deal here, clearly not too long ago. And this looked like it was a bank-owned property that somebody purchased. Let's see the cash sale. We can see a person, a seller sold it. Okay, so buyer is the bank. So he's probably just in charge of taking over the deed. But usually these REO agents also have access to cash buyers. Okay, so this is just the number from that town. So he's probably doing deals also. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go down to Sullivan County level, the county level. I'm looking at 38 flipper agents here. Okay. So you never want to be at the mercy of any one individual or entity because it could disappoint, right? It may be your experience may be disappointing. You want to have options always. So I'll rather text a few more agents, 38 more here, probably a lot less because some of them are probably repeat agents who did multiple deals, right? Even better, right? So I'm gonna just save this as save add to list. So I'm gonna add to list, and we're gonna create a new Sullivan County, New York. Any questions? If you have any questions, I'm dropping off the mic in about 60 seconds. If you have any questions, that would be perfectly. I'm saving it as flipper agents. All right, and that's it. All right, so I've saved it. Now I have contact. I have literally access to hundreds of cash buyers right now that I need to contact about this deal. And by the way, if it's a bad deal, before you talk to 10 people, you will know if it's a bad deal. They'll tell you that number is not good. And it's always okay to go back and renegotiate because you should only sign contracts that are subject to approval by your partners. Just keep that in mind. Okay, that's something we cover extensively in 11 days challenge. All right. So speaking of 11 days challenge, you could literally go to right now. I think you could go to 11dayschallenge.com. Let me see if it's working. 11dayschallenge.com. I think that should work. Boom, it puts you right into it. Okay, so you could go ahead and get started right now. This price will not last. I'll tell you right now, $11. Okay, so that's that right there. $11, no monthly fees. You have access to the challenge. Okay, all right. So hopefully that was that's it right there. That's a real deal that I'm working on. I just showed you. Fortunately, I had to hide some information, of course, but right there. The process from data to deals. All right, 11 days, you get started. By 11 days time, you have a full-blown operation and you're in business. Okay, as opposed to trying to figure out a lot of stuff, we'll cut it down to 5 to 10 minutes tutorials to make sure that you can soak it in, get it done, execute, and be in business and stop asking questions all over the internet. All right. Who pays the agent once he agrees to help you? He's not helping me. I'm paying him to do his work. So I don't know if it's necessarily helping me, but I pay the agent, okay, from my deals. I pay the agent full commission, okay, from the deal, okay. So the agent is happy to help me because, so I just used the word help. So maybe you're right, but they're actually getting paid for doing work, okay, actual work. So I pay the agent from the deals. These are deals that I can make anywhere from $20,000 to $30,000 on average. Okay, so I'm happy to pay agent 3, 4, 5, $6,000. It just depends on the deal, but I'm paying them full commission. Okay, full commission can mean 3 to 6%. It depends on their location, and that's what I focus on. I focus on just helping the business bring leads into the marketplace, improve housing, add more housing to the inventory, help. We start by helping somebody who has a house that they can't use, a house that's not productive, a house that's vacant, right? A house that's become a headache for them, a house in distress, a house that has caused distress for the owners. Those are what we focus on. We help them get rid of it, pass it on to somebody that will find it productive. They're happy. Everyone is happy. Agents are happy. Title companies are happy. Lawyers are happy. So this is the business that we're in. Okay. So to answer your question, I digress. I pay the agents basically. Okay. Any other questions? I think I'm done here. Just go ahead and watch again. Go get started 11 days challenge right now. If you're not an existing member with us, go get started 11 days challenge. If you're an existing member, all you have to do is log in to your 3 pillars, and you should have free access instantly to the first 3 days. By the way, it's drip content, so you only get access to day 1 at a time to encourage execution, to encourage not getting information overload. Okay, by 11 days you have access to everything plus more, or some more bonuses. Okay. All right, that's it. That's all I have for you today. Hopefully you've been enlightened and educated. Thank you so much. I'll be back here tomorrow at 4 p.m., 4 to 4:30 p.m. Tuesday, Wednesdays, and Thursdays. I hang out with you. Please share the platform with other people you know may be interested in wholesaling. I keep it simple. I keep it straightforward. It's about consistency. Okay. As a matter of fact, the only way I could do a course is to make it a challenge so that you have something to follow through, because honestly, when it comes to content, there's just overload of content everywhere, and no one knows what is working and what's not working. But that's why I'm here, to make sure that I'm doing the business, you're working with somebody doing the business, I'm sharing my challenges with you, and things like that. Okay, thank you so much. Hopefully you've been enlightened, educated. Go download, if you're brand new here, go download Smart Real Estate Wholesaling for free. Okay, and the options of physical book like this. By the way, if you ever ordered the physical book, make sure you take the picture and share with me on Instagram. My Instagram page is iTuxB. You can go follow me as well. All right, iTuxB, like that. If you're watching me, let's see, iTuxB. I could share that today. Yep, right there. Yep, like that. So iTuxB, that's my Instagram page. Oh, this is pretty cool. I could hang out with you guys on. All right. So hopefully you've been enlightened, educated. We'll see you on the next one. Peace.